Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Wednesday. We have 16 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go and sign up with Parlay Play. Get free entries when you guys sign up. So go ahead and check that out in the description below. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Pretty busy day today. Starting with the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 250. Pittsburgh plus 200 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 9.39. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 7.27. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up no runs, had 2 strikeouts. Yeah, Pitt, they've already lost the last 2 games against Milwaukee. Only have scored 3 total runs. Milwaukee on a 3-game winning streak, looking good in this series. Pitt 1-7 on the road against the Brewers. Yeah, I'm rolling with the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Guardians. Guardians opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The White Sox plus 117 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the White Sox is Dallas Keuchel with an ERA of 5.40. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Guardians is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.60. His last matchup, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, this is going to be a doubleheader here. This game was supposed to be played yesterday, same exact pitchers. So this will be a doubleheader, game 1. I do like the White Sox, plus 1.5. Guardians on a 3-game losing streak. Coming into this, didn't look good in that Giant series. I'm going to take Chicago plus 1.5 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Braves versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 135. Atlanta plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 6.10. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 1.29. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. The Dodgers finally lost to Atlanta yesterday, 3-1. They were on a huge winning streak, finally came to an end. Dodgers 6-1 at home. It was just one of those games, usually in a series, the team's going to steal a win, and that's pretty much what happened. I'm still rolling with the Dodgers at home, where they've been great. Love Gonsolin on the mound. Sticking with LA at home. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Colorado Rockies. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 120. The Rockies plus 100 with the over-under at 11. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 4.50. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Yerman Marquez with an ERA of 3.97. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Phillies again coming off a Colorado loss, on a 3-game losing streak. I thought they'd be able to win last game. They had the pitching advantage and everything. Colorado, they're just playing great baseball here on a 2-game winning streak. 4-1 in their last 5. They've looked good this season. Philly 1-7 on the road. 2-11 on the road against Colorado. You just can't trust the Phillies right now. gave them too many chances, even against Colorado. They haven't been able to get it done. I'm going to take Colorado plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Cincinnati plus 165 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Reds is Vladimir Gutierrez with an ERA of 5.40. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Padres is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 3.38. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Cincinnati on an 8-game losing streak. They lost to the Padres 2-6 yesterday. Padres on a 3-game winning streak. Cincinnati 0-6 on the road. The Reds, they've just been horrible. Horrible losing streak. Horrible hitting. I don't want any part of this Reds team. In their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, they haven't scored more than 2 runs. Yeah, nope. Taking the Padres at home. Next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox versus the Cleveland Guardians. This is game 2 of the doubleheader, and from experience on doubleheaders, the second game, there's usually no lines out until, I don't know, maybe around noon or something, somewhere around there. So there's no line on this, but we do have the pitching for the White Sox is Jimmy Lambert with an ERA of 6.00. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 2.57. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up no runs, had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, we'll see how the first game goes. I don't like doubleheaders. I just stay away from them. I'm going to take the White Sox plus 1.5 again. Maybe see how game 1 goes to maybe make you judge, to see how you feel about game 2 here. I'm going to take Chicago plus 1.5 in a doubleheader. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Oakland Athletics. Pitching for Oakland is Dalton Jeffries with an ERA of 1.93. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Orioles is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 5.23. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Yeah, Baltimore on a 2-game losing streak against Oakland. Oakland, they're actually playing pretty decent baseball here. They have actually been pretty good. Baltimore 2-10 on the road against Oakland, where they have struggled a bit. Oakland 5-0 at home. I'm going to take Oakland at home here. They look good in this series so far. Baltimore, both last games, they've only scored 1 run in each of the last 2 games here. Struggling hitting. Give me the Oakland A's at home. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Houston Astros. Angels opening up as road favorites at minus 135. Houston plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Angels is Shohei Ohtani with an ERA of 7.56. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for Houston is Jake Odorizzi with an ERA of 6.48. His last matchup, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Yeah, LA finally getting a win over Houston 7-2. They looked good yesterday. Houston didn't play too hot yesterday. Didn't do that good hitting. I'm liking Houston. Plus money at home. I know Ohtani's on the mound. We know Ohtani's a great pitcher. Coming off a 6-run game, though. Yeah, 6-run game. We'll see how he rebounds. He did look good in his last start against Houston, but yeah, I like Houston plus 1.5 at home here. Next matchup, we have the New York Yankees versus the Detroit Tigers. Yankees opening up as road favorites at minus 175. Detroit plus 145 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Yankees is Luis Severino with an ERA of 2.25. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up no runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for Detroit is Eduardo Rodriguez with an ERA of 5.87. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, Yankees got a win yesterday against Detroit, winning that matchup 4-2. Detroit on a 2-game losing streak. Yankees, they are 6-3 against Detroit. Detroit 1-5 at home. Yeah, I'm gonna lean with the Yankees on the road. Severino looked pretty good in his last start on the mound. I'm gonna roll with the Yankees on the road. Next matchup, we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Miami Marlins. Marlins opening up as home favorites at minus 133. St. Louis plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 2.61. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for Miami is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 3.18. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Yeah, St. Louis winning yesterday's matchup 5-1. Looked very good yesterday. 7-0 against Miami. 8-1 on the road against Miami, where they've been playing good. Yeah, I like St. Louis on the road, plus 1.5. 2 good pitchers on the mound here. Cardinals looked really good yesterday. We'll take Cardinals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Washington Nationals. Pitching for the Nationals is Eric Fedde with an ERA of 1.25. With an ERA of 3.60. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Diamondbacks is Merrill Kelly with an ERA of 0. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up no runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, Arizona on a 3-game losing streak. Lost the last 2 games against Washington. Washington looked good in the series so far. I mean, they won 1-0 yesterday. That was a pretty ugly game. Arizona 1-8 on the road where they've struggled. Yeah, I'm going to take the Nationals at home. Just don't trust Arizona. They haven't looked good in this series. I'm going to take the Nationals at home. Next matchup, we have the San Francisco Giants versus the New York Mets. Giants opening up as road favorites at minus 115. The Mets minus 105 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Giants is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 1.50. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 9 runs. He gave up 1 run and had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mets is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 0.75. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Giants, they have lost the last 2 games to the Mets, losing 3-1 yesterday. Mets on a 3-game winning streak, being the underdog at home. I like the Mets plus 1.5. Chris Bassett, been good on the mound. 2 really good pitchers here. I'll take the Mets plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, with the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Boston Red Sox. Toronto opening up as road favorites at minus 135. Boston plus 115 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 11.81. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 9.39. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 2 strikeouts. Yeah, Toronto lost yesterday 2-1. Wasn't the most exciting game. Toronto is 4-2 against Boston. I like Toronto here. Nick Pivetta, man, he's just been giving up a lot of runs, and it's been kind of ugly when he plays. They'll just be down multiple runs early on, which he's been giving up runs early. Berrios hasn't been that amazing either. Both pitchers have been having rough starts so far. I'm going to lean with Toronto on the road. I'm taking the Blue Jays here. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Chicago Cubs. Tampa Bay opening up as road favorites at -115. The Cubs -105 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Rays is Drew Rasmussen with an ERA of 5.00. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 6.00. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Yeah, Tampa coming off a 6-5 win against the Cubs. Both teams struggling, haven't been playing very well here. Tampa 2-6 on the road where they've struggled. Cubs 3-11 at home. Both teams struggling here. I'm gonna lean with the home team +1.5 for the Cubs. I just don't trust either team in this scenario. Both teams playing bad. We'll take Cubs +1.5. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Kansas City Royals. The Royals opening up as Twins opening up as road favorites at -130. The Royals +110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Twins is Chris Paddock with an ERA of 6.75. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Daniel Lynch with an ERA of 10.80. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Minnesota coming off that 3-4 loss against Kansas City. Yeah, not the best looking game here. Could really go either way. Both pitchers been giving up a good bit of runs. Not sure who to trust in this series, so we'll take Royals +1.5 at home, coming off a nice win yesterday. And then the last matchup, we have the Texas Rangers versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -150. The Rangers +130 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Mariners is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 0.90. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up no runs, had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 5.19. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Yeah, the Rangers on a 4-game losing streak, losing to Seattle yesterday 6-2. Seattle 4-1 in their last 5, playing good baseball. The Rangers 0-6 against Seattle, 2-17 on the road against Seattle. Yeah, I don't trust the Rangers here. I'm taking the Mariners at home. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.